Good evening, everyone. This is Melody Jensen in Hollywood at the Hotel Cafe off Cahuenga. My daughter, Jackie Jensen, was performing tonight a dedication to Fleetwood Mac, a famous group, a wonderful group, and it was for a wonderful cause in helping musicians and so forth, and people and homeless and so forth. Anyway, I have Will Perfect here, a good friend of mine that I've met through some exciting events, and he is one of the most positive people you will ever meet. This is Melody Jensen with melodieshappyworld.com, and we're here tonight to find out, what do you do to be happy, Will? You have such a great reputation. Everyone loves you.
Well, I'll tell you what, credit needs to go where credit is due. I would say my mom is one of the most uplifting people I've ever met as well, and it fits right in with Melody's Happy World. Jackie just performed tonight and did a great performance. But I started writing these audiobooks, these inspirational audiobooks to keep my own mind on the right path. But after it was actually really working for me, and I would read things to my friends over the phone, and they're like, "Oh, that's really good. It keeps me up too." So I went into a recording studio, and I took my spiral notepads in there, and I added some bilingual beats, which actually get the human brain at the highest frequency. Record that, mix it in with some music, and then these affirmations. And I'm slightly dyslexic, so that means you could probably read the book backwards to forward and still be an uplifting book. And it's like she said, one of the most uplifting audiobooks, series of audiobooks that I know anything of. And last year I read or listened to about 150 audiobooks. So it's like I've been in that field for a while, and Melody's Happy World is doing great things. And I'll tell you what, the more people that can incorporate happy, joyful, happy, this world will be more of a paradise than what a lot of people conceive it to be. A lot of the news and stuff like that, it's very exaggerated. I feel like it's almost like a campfire. People gather around there and tell their stories and to make them so people listen. But I honestly feel like what she's doing is much more impactful, and you want to listen to an uplifting thing more often, and it's actually better for your body, it's better for your mind, it's better for the people around you. People are going to want to be around the people that are uplifting, and that's exactly what Melody's Happy World is doing. And that's one of the reasons we are such good friends.
And you know, he's really priceless, this guy, because you can't talk to him and ever be in a bad mood or anything. And he knows how to train that mind and teach people, just like my dad did to me as a young girl. He said, what you say is what you get. You're hung by the tongue. Focus on the dream, not the problem. And words are so powerful.
That's right. We become what we think about most of the time. So that is the solution. And
yes,
she knows this very well. And when you think of butterflies, think of Melody's Happy World. That's the the mascot for her website and her movement and her empire that she's so carefully constructed over the years. And it's very impressive what she's done. If you haven't been to the website, I highly suggest going looking at the website. She's got interviews with Prince Giuliani, the founder of the Family Film Awards there. And every one of the interviews are going to give you some nourishment to the soul.
Well, you know what's going to be exciting is we're going to start doing bigger concerts, more seminars with our image profile system. You're going to be a great trainer too, Will, with what you have in teaching people, that positive attitude, that positive frequency. And a lot of people don't realize, but men are more visual, women are more verbal.
Right.
And women remember everything you say. A woman, 80% of product purchase controlled by women. And if there's one put down for the day, the man gives a woman a put down, she remembers it forever. And we're trying to teach people that what you say is what you get. You are hung by the tongue. And in relationships and in the workplace and with your career, and if you're an entrepreneur or a humanitarian, it helps so much if we give more kind words, give more recognition words. You know all that. Give us some of the affirmations, let's say, for recognition.
Okay, and I was going to add on to what you were saying there too, because I remember writing a paper that says, a minute on the mouth, forever on the heart, and that's what she was just describing. But when you talk about achievement, accomplishment, success, you can actually feel your own brainwaves uplift, because the mind goes to what you value to be success, what you value to be achievement, and actually helps guide you just by talking it. That's how powerful words are. And that's why these audiobook and affirmations and biofeedback is so important. And if you start doing these things that you're talking about on Melody's Happy World, you're going to be that much further ahead of the curve of the world, because there's so much of the negativity that's going on. This upliftingness really stands, and you're going to glow when you walk into a room.
Well, Will, you've got some exciting things happening. We met, I was a guest on your podcast.
Right.
Now you have, why don't you tell, you have 3 podcasts now. Tell us a little of the exciting things you're doing right now. And they're also been in a few movies.
Okay.
And you're an actor, and you also have fun in inspiring people to talk kind words.
That's absolutely right. When people say, well, what do you do? I said, well, I'm a singer, actor, writer, poet, diplomatist, negotiator, having the greatest human experience one can possibly have. And I think that kind of covers everything that I do.
You make a difference. You
Yeah.
totally make a difference. You can't be around Will and not be happier. So he's on my happiness team. I'm so proud. And the way you tell he's a good man also is how he treats his mother. He brings his mother in on some of our calls with the conference calls.
Yes.
He lets her, invites her in to say a few words. You always can tell a good man by the way he treats his mother. So I want to commend you on that.
Thank you so much. And like she was talking about, this is some really big business deals, and I know like there's supposed to be private conversations sometimes, but when the mom calls, that's the ultimate boss. Mom should have the green light every time. So I brought her into the call, and she kind of just popped in, and everyone was so serious and talking about these things, and everybody kind of loosened up, and you could hear the smile in their voice afterwards. She was talking about my podcast, and the newest one's called The Comfort Circle. And there's 2 co-hosts, Crystal Starnes and Janet Lopez. And Janet was my co-host with The Perfect Zone, where we interviewed her, and she's going to be a guest on The Comfort Circle very soon, and so is her daughter, Jackie. In fact, Jackie, we can actually see Jackie right now.
Hey Jackie, come say hi at the end of this video.
Yep, and this is the star of the show. She just did
We're
a couple
gonna grab
of
her.
Fleetwood Mac.
I'm so proud of her.
Oh, she's taking some pictures right now.
We're getting ready for movies coming up, concerts coming up, fashion shows coming up, red carpet events, humanitarian events. And we're just really excited tonight to be to the Hotel Cafe here in Hollywood.
And here she comes after a
Okay,
photo
Jackie,
session.
come stay at the end of our
Here's a star,
talk show
Jackie,
here.
and she has her own.
This is Melody Jensen
skin
with
line.
Melody's Happy World, and my wonderful daughter Jackie Jensen. And here we have Will Perfect, who
Yes.
has a podcast reaching out to the world on positive affirmations. He's an actor and also a poet and a singer and a rock star, so to speak, too. So this is fun. We have Jackie and Will on the same show here.
How do you feel about your performance with the couple cover songs? Great response from the crowd.
I'm used to doing big, like I was telling you, used to doing like big, long, hour-long shows. But whenever I get to come and do something like this with my friends and support an awesome foundation like the Electric Moon, I just feel like God really carries my voice and makes everything go right, So it was a lot of fun. I did Go Your Own Way and Don't Stop, 2 amazing Fleetwood Mac songs. And Fleetwood Mac is an incredible band. I love Stevie Nicks and all of the writers.
That album was one of the all-time best albums. You look at Michael Jackson's Thriller, I think that was probably number 1.
Yeah.
This Rumors album was probably the 2nd best-selling album of all time.
100%. Yeah.
And it really touches like the heart. You mentioned Stevie Nicks before she went up, and Stevie Nicks has just got that amazingly voice that has an ability to reach over to everybody who hears it. And it's like when you're in a car, you end up cranking it up a couple of decibels.
And she's such an inspiration to me because she's a female writer, and I just feel like, back in the 70s, I mean, there's still stigma, but slowly, think about it, in the 70s, to be a woman in rock, you're surrounded by all men, and she's just a rock star. She's like, I don't
And
give
she
a
was
shit.
going. She was going
yes.
through a breakup
100%.
during a lot of these songs were written about the relationship in the band. So that takes courage to stay in the band and start, writing.
One of the great things about Jackie and Will is the same way. We're all 3 wanting to make a difference in the world, and this program tonight was contributing. Why don't you tell about the humanitarian cause? Why you sang tonight?
Well, my good friend Brent, Arthur Autumn is his artist name, and he started a foundation called Electric Moon, which helps at-risk youth and school-age children get instruments. And for me, I know being young and going through different traumas and different things when you're growing up, being able to have access to an instrument, number one, not everybody has the money to afford a $400 guitar or even a $100 guitar sometimes. So this foundation helps we acquire instruments and we give them for free to people. So I love being able to sing, and I pass the hat around and help raise money, and just anything I can do to help the Electric Moon is really awesome.
Here's the question right here that everybody wants to know. What was your first experience when you heard Fleetwood Mac song? Was it, do you remember?
Like love at first sight. Like
right away? The song?
The Chain.
Okay.
And Dreams were the first
Dreams.
two I heard, yeah.
And Dreams is my all-time favorite song.
Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you there? I love it.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Oh,
Very nice.
I am so thankful to have these two people in my life, and Will is a great contribution to my life. He doesn't know Jackie that well yet, but we're just going to adopt him as part of the family too. And Will is so inspiring with his words and teaching people kind words and motivate people with a higher frequency with your words. And I believe that so much. If someone yells at you or screams at you or has a problem with their words, it ruins relationships. So we really encourage you in our seminar, After Tragedy and Divorce, now what do you do with your life? Treat people kindly with more recognition, more appreciation,
Respect.
and be thankful to the Lord that you're happy, right?
That's absolutely
You're
right.
happy,
And she
Jackie.
was actually talking about, there was a movie, it was actually called What the Bleep Do We Know? That's the title of the movie. And he said when you talk to water, like there's it forms shapes. Like when you talk to water, if you get compliments, it's gonna have like beautiful artwork that's
Oh yes,
brand new
I've
to
heard
the
about
world.
that.
And if you say other like nasty words, like that, it's gonna be all scattered and helter skelter.
Because it gets the vibration.
It understands like how like we're like, because vibrations like when you hear music, it's the only international language.
Absolutely.
And there's a reason for that, because like people think that we're little dots, like the molecules, right? But it's actually not that. We're actually like strings, like guitars. So when someone plays a music, we're actually just in tune, and you actually feel that vibration that you're saying.
Well, keep in tune with Melody at Melody's Happy World, and I want you to follow Will Perfect with his podcast. When's your podcast on?
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. California time. And there's actually two shows. Crystal's got her own show called Voice for Victims, where it's a show that basically anybody who's had any experience, like I went on a show talking about the school system and banking systems.
I love that she's doing that.
Yeah,
I want to go on Crystal's podcast.
And I'll tell you, she sang Jackie's praise. I mean, she said, she was, what a great person she is, and she's got her own skincare line.
Jackie J Skin, yeah, if you guys want to go follow my skincare line, great anti-aging. It's a 4-step system to help fight against anti-aging and be able to look young forever, right? So we have a great cleanser, a hyaluronic acid serum, a vitamin C serum, a wrinkle treatment, and a cream. You can go to www.jackiejskin.com. Anybody who's in a performer or in entertainment especially, you gotta have great skin. I always tell people, like, you can change your clothes, you can change your shoes, your house, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, but you can't change your face. So you gotta invest in that, and nowadays everybody's on social media and they wanna look good, so I might as well look and feel good.
And I want to say this in person. There's no filters on this phone right now. I can see it's very clear, very smooth.
I wouldn't sell it if I didn't believe in it. You know what I mean? So I started using it first, and I really felt like there wasn't any like natural vegan skincare on the market like this, so that's why I started it. You can also follow me on Instagram at I am Jackie Jensen and search my music on Apple Music and all that good stuff. I actually have to go hear my friends their last songs, so I'm gonna let you guys take it away. But it's an honor. I'm honored to be here. Yes, love you guys.
Honey.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Love you.
Okay, well, so we're having fun here tonight in Hollywood. You can see the high rise up behind us at the Hotel Cafe.
Oh yeah.
Will, this is a fun place for you to come back.
Nice.
And once a month we come down and Jackie pays tribute to people that are making a difference.
Why don't we
through
give credit
music.
to the director, the camera person? Do you want to?
Yes, I want to
name?
thank her.
Carly.
Yes.
Harley, thank you so much for helping us out tonight. with the camera. Everyone's into the show, and we wanted to hurry and get something, Will and I, and bring Jackie in. And we have one more person. We'll stop this right now, and thank you.